Introduction to the Hindu Book of Astrology. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Jill Preston. The Hindu Book of Astrology by Bhakti Seva. Introduction. For thousands of years, the Hindu astrologers have, by their knowledge of the solar system, been enabled to formulate a system of astrology, which enables them to speak with scientific authority and certainty with respect to the planetary influences upon mankind. Each person is born in or under one of the 12 signs of the zodiac, and is thus influenced more or less throughout life by the planetary conditions at time of birth. In this work, I propose to state the natural tendencies of each person, and in a certain way indicate what they should do and what they should not do to make their life a success. By referring to your sign, which is indicated by the date and month when you were born, you will see what your natural tendencies are and what it is best for you to do to attract and use unseen forces and powers which are your birthright and which will aid you to make your future bright. Each and every person is naturally endowed with peculiar and great powers which make for good, and also are born with tendencies which must be corrected in order that the higher and good powers and forces may be able to work to advantage. No matter how bad your lot may seem to you, and how difficult it is for you to get along in the world, you can readily change all darkness to the brightest sunshine, if you only go about it in the right spirit. The first step to take is to fix in your mind a strong desire for what you wish, and persistently and patiently hold this desire until you get it fulfilled. In India, men, through the advice of eminent astrologers, will have an aspiration to accomplish a certain thing, and will persistently hold and believe they will be successful in attaining what they desire until they get their aspiration satisfied. There are 3 things absolutely essential to happiness, and which will always bring success, viz., hope, patience, and determination. Persistent determination to reach success. When we learn to exercise our mind and will on hope, patience, and determination, we find a wide door open to permanent health, wealth, honor, and happiness. One who grumbles and complains and whines and murmurs because others are successful will never have fair fortune smile. The unseen powers cannot and will not help any soul who whines, complains, and murmurs in a world that is filled with health, wealth, and happiness. The grumbler and complainer is never loved. No one desires to help such a being. Indeed, the world leaves no use for such persons, as they are repulsive. Their natures are poisoned with pessimism, and they repel and drive from them constantly millions of good things. The devas, angels, can and do help the bright and cheerful ones who are full of hope and aspire to great and good things, while the lazy, indolent, and whining beings are surrounded by low and degrading forces, which keep them always from everything that is good in this world of good things. There is a cause for every effect. There is a reason why some men and women are successful, and a reason why others are sick and worried and poverty-stricken, miserable and unhappy. No one can reach success or happiness until he or she first calmly, yet with grim determination, says, "I will be what I will to be. My life must be one of success and happiness. My mistakes and errors will not discourage me, but I will profit by them and make them serve as stepping stones to truth and success." It is always wise to calmly reflect upon the past, but very unwise and exceedingly foolish and weakening to brood or worry about the missteps we have taken. No matter what happens to you, keep a cheerful and hopeful mind, and you will eventually succeed beyond all your fondest expectations. Health, success, and happiness is always abundantly measured out by the higher and unseen powers to those who are persistently patient, hopeful, and courageous. No matter what one of the 12 signs of the zodiac you are born under, you can develop into a good and successful person if you will pay strict attention to the golden truths printed in this book. Scarcely one person of the large and growing human family pay enough attention to questions bearing upon individual happiness, prosperity, harmony, and health. This book should be read many times and carefully studied because it contains vital truths respecting our well-being. It suggests to an open and aspiring mind the tremendous power of the will, which, if intelligently exercised, can do wonders. Anyone with a little mental effort can train and develop the will just as easy as we can train and develop the muscles by persistent physical exercise. The moment we fully and vitally realize who and what we are, we then begin to build our own world even as God builds his. As long as one thinks he is weak, that he is a poor worm of the dust, that he has no chance, that his fate is to be whirled hither and thither by forces over which he has no control, just that long he will be at the mercy of such forces. But I tell you, everyone can control these forces and powers and can accomplish grand results the very moment he cleanses his mind of fear and doubt about his ability to succeed. As a man thinks, so he will be. Continually think disease, and you will continually be weak and sick. Continually think poverty, and you will continually be poverty-stricken. These are truths, absolute truths. We must strenuously strive to be sound, helpful, and sensible. We must be strong, self-reliant, self-supporting, and not dependent. Servile dependence in money matters is no longer deemed honorable. Poverty cannot bring happiness. To abolish poverty, we must work with faith and hope and banish once and for all time any and all fears of failure, worry about the past, or apprehension about the future. We must live intensely in the present, let go the past, and the future will take care of itself. We are all masters of our own fate. Fools believe in luck and chance. Each one occupies a good place in the universal zodiac, and all our sufferings are due entirely to a lack of knowledge and wisdom. Now, my sole aim in writing this book is to wake people up out of the delusions in which they live. I tell you all, you are greater beings than you imagine you are. That your dormant or latent powers and forces are great and wonderful. That you, and you alone, limit yourself and suffer because you will not rouse yourself to the grand truth which wise and good men have taught for thousands of years, namely, that you are all the children of one great loving Father who is ever trying to point you the way to eternal happiness through the yogis, adepts, and masters who are the mediums through whom God, the Blessed Father, works to help His children. There is a good time coming for all of us, and we can hasten that time by a little thought. Blessed be all the yogis, Sankaras, Vidyaranya, and King Sudhanva, and blessed be all the readers of my books, and may joy, peace, health, prosperity, and happiness come to all beings on this planet. Bhakti Seva, Mystic number 10, 22 North William Street, New York City. End of introduction. Recording by Jill Preston.